screen. You said what now? Say what you mean. Whole chat yelling, run that back. One thing about Angie, she coming with facts. Don't switch up, don't play that game. Don't you dare lie on her name. Ain't no lean in the back like, baby, please. She been up all night digging through receipts. You were talking real loud just a minute ago. Now the screenshot's out and you moving real slow. Date at the top and the time down below. She got the whole story, so where you gonna go? Zoom that in, read that line. Same little lie for the fifth damn time. You can delete it, but the internet saved it, and everybody watching while you tried to explain it. She got folders, she got notes, she got voice clips, texts, and quotes. You can cry, you can yell, you can call it unfair, but Angie got the proof sitting right over there. Hold up, pause that. Who said that? Who? Run it back. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Zoom in, there it is. There it is. Caught again. Angie uploaded, pull up the screen. You said what now? Say what you mean. Whole chat yelling, run that back. One thing about Angie, she coming with facts. Don't switch up, don't play that game. Don't you dare lie on her name. Let her lean in the back like, baby, please. I know you're lying. She been up all night digging through receipts. Now Aunt Lurling done found her glasses. Phone on speaker digging through the messages. Said, baby, I don't know nothing about no cloud, but I found what you posted and I printed it out. Gotta stack this high by the rocking chair. Half the neighborhood know what happened in there. She said, tell that child they better come correct. Then pulled out another screenshot from a text. She don't know TikTok, she don't know strings, but she know when somebody lying through their teeth. Till the cows come home, she staying on her case with a photo full of proof and that look on her face, and that's the truth. Run it back, zoom it in, read it slow. There it is. Say it once, say it twice. Keep on lying. Pay the price. Screenshots, dates and names. Don't you dare lie on her name. Don't 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 lie on her name. Angie uploaded, pull up the screen. You said what now? Say what you mean. Whole chat yelling, run that back. One thing about Angie, she coming with facts. Don't switch up, don't play that game. Don't you dare lie on her name. Let her lean in the back like, baby, please. You should've known better. Known better. Angie uploaded, pull up the screen. You said what now? Say what you mean. Whole chat yelling, run that back. One thing about Angie, she coming with facts. Run it back. Zoom it in, run it back. Run it back. There it is. Caught again. Angie uploaded. Angie uploaded. Angie uploaded. Angie uploaded. Yeah. Go ahead and hit play.
Good morning. Hello. How are ya? It is Tuesday, August the 18th? August the 18th. Okay. So that's where we are. How are you? I'm Angie. Nice to meet you. I am in a goofy mood, y'all. I woke up, I was like, you know what? It's going to be a good day. So you know what? I'm going to make it a good day. That's what we all need to do. We all need to do that. We just need to get it in our minds. Today is going to be a good day. And then we make it happen. Hell yeah. So how are y'all? Let's see. We got Neon, Beezy Bees, and Bees is a little busy this morning, so she may pop in and out, but she did get she does have an excuse to be absent this morning. And David, good morning. Gletty, good morning, my pudding. Melissa, Paranormal Spirit Chasers. I would love to do. I would love to go on a trip and just do the paranormal thing. You know, I would love that. I want to go stay at the Sally house. I really want to go stay at the Sally house. Just one night. Just that's all I want. Just one night. Heck, good morning. Boo. Wombi, hey honey. Hey Lady Wombat, if she can hear me. Hey Wombi family. We love the wombats here. It is fun. I bet it is. I mean, I've said this 1,000 times, but I went to Bobby Mackey's before they closed it down, and I still haven't done the footage or anything, but I think that's as closest thing as I've ever done to actually, like, trying to find something, chasing, but I just think it would be great to have like the boxes and all the equipment and, do that type of thing. I think it would be a lot of fun. Um, there she is. Good morning, Lady Wombat. Twisted, good morning. David, I took a break from the paranormal for a while. I think anytime we do something, even if it's a hobby, sometimes I think we have to take a break because, I'm into true crime. I'm all, facets of it. I just, I want to know the whys and where. That's why I originally, when I grow up, except for going in the Air Force, I really wanted to go in the Air Force, but um, I, I medically I couldn't. I tried, but and then I wanted to be I wanted to do autopsies. Sorry, y'all. I wanted to be a forensic. Oh my God, my damn words. It's getting bad, y'all. Like I've said, shit. Never mind. Anyway, I wanted to do autopsies, and thing is that I know these words like the back of my hand, and they're just. It's Perry, y'all. Perry has come for a visit and has just set up shop in my body, my brain. Yeah. So, but I'm gonna take y'all on the ride with me. Yeah. Whether you want it or not, you're going on the ride with me. So, but yeah, there will be a doctor's visit in my future because I can't deal with this brain fog. Did I join? I've only been live for what, maybe 5 minutes, so I'm just rambling right now. Then we'll get into the good stuff, if there is any good stuff. But good morning, everybody. It's good to see y'all coming in. When my wife was in medical school, she did do some time with a coroner. Yeah, I just find it neat. I find it like I want to know. Okay, talk about serial people. I want to know what makes their brain tick. I also would want to be that person when they passed away to dissect the brain and see, if there's something like Aaron Hernandez, um, the football player who, he's making all of this money, has all of this talent, but yet what made him, commit his crimes and do what he did. And then they were able to research his brain. See, that's what I find fascinating is like, what makes a person do what they do? Do they have a disorder? Is there something going on with the brain, the body, yeah. But then I also I like the paranormal too. So I like the ghost and, I want it to be proven to me. Nicholas, you've made it. Thank you for gracing us with your presence this morning. Good morning. It's good to see you. Buzz. I know, 2 days in a row. Wah, wah. Have you seen Roxy's stream? That shit was crazy. I was hiding under my blanket. No, I'll have to go back and watch it. I've been in a rabbit hole, y'all. And even though, yes, I know the story, when I tell y'all this, I know the story behind it. I know about the dude. It doesn't negate the fact that I still like the videos and the work that he does or did, or because they're still releasing videos. What are you talking about, Angie? I am talking about Adventures with Purpose. Um, and if you don't know what Adventures with Purpose is, they go out and from like missing people, and there's no signs of them, and they're divers, so they go and they look, to see if they can find the cars underwater, and then see if the person's in the car. But there was a big there was a big thing going on with the main guy, Jared, at Adventures with Purpose. And so, yes, I know about all of that, but that doesn't negate the fact that I still enjoy the videos and all the things. But what came from that was Doug. Now, Doug worked with Adventures with Purpose, and now Doug has his own channel and doing his own things. Doug Bishop is his name. And then they've got Exploring with the Nug, Jeremy. So if y'all like things like that, where y'all go and look at the underwater, see, I can never do that. I'm not going to scuba dive. That's not happening. No. That's one thing that terrifies me. I'm not scared of a lot. I'm really not. But that scares me. Even, I think I would hyperventilate even if I was just snorkeling. Well, I'm not going to call it snorkeling. Even if I was just like on top of the water, if I had one of those tanks on my back, I think it would, I think I would go into a panic. Let's see. Angie, have you heard the Lore Lodge? They do deep dive research and have helped law enforcement with cases. No, but I will write that one down, because is it the Lore Lodge? I'm going to write it down. See, excuse me, y'all. Here's the thing. Let me finish. I'll do it in a minute. I used to watch Ghost Adventures and stuff like that till one night something whispered in my ear. No escape, Melissa. Freaked me out. Yeah. That would freak me out too. Like, but I've never, okay. I say that, and y'all don't think I'm crazy when I say this, but I have the auditory, like, I hear tones, I hear things that other people can't hear. I've done it my whole life. I don't have the ringing in the ear, tinnitus or whatever it is. It's not that. And it's some type of psychic ability that I have not been able to hone in on. I don't know how to use it. And somebody was going to teach me. And but yeah, I hear things all the time. But I've never had like a besides that, I've never had an encounter. Like I've seen something, except I did have the sleep paralysis demon thing. I had that for a year. I lived in Atlanta for 1 year. And it happened to me every single night that I lived there. But I say that. When I slept in my room, it happened every single night. If I fell asleep on the couch, it didn't happen. If I slept off somewhere, it didn't happen. But if I slept in my room, which, 95% of the time, that's where I was at, I, this black thing would come from the corner. I would be wearing what I went to bed in, and I couldn't move, I couldn't scream, I could see it. Everything was as it was when I went to bed. If I had set a glass somewhere, just everything was as it was when I went to bed. So it really felt like I'm awake. And I'm seeing this thing from the corner, and it comes over every night, and it's like over me, and I can't scream. And I'm like, wake up, wake up, wake up, in my head, because I can't talk, but I can see everything. That is one of the scariest things I've ever gone through. And then when I finally found out that other people had that, now it never touched me in any way. So, but yeah, let's see, they found a woman named Dean Moses in my home city, literally 3 minutes from my house, in the water. My stepdad's friend was fishing, and the fish. Okay, I remember the Nadine case, because, like I said, I've been watching them, Adventures for Purpose, for years, way before the controversy or the scandal happened or whatever. But yeah, I love watching those videos, but I don't think I could scoop it off. Like, yeah. Atlanta is Atlanta does have some old history and things. I would like to go and see, y'all gonna think I'm crazy. I would like to go to New Orleans, and I want to go to the cemeteries. If I go somewhere, I want to go to a cemetery. Was it before or after your visit to? Oh, it was way before my visit to Bobby Mackey's. Bobby Mackey's was probably 4 years ago. It was right before they tore it down. And I was 20 when I lived in Atlanta. So 27 years ago. Yeah. But that was not the first time I lived in Atlanta, though. I lived in Atlanta when I was a kid. Me and my mom moved up there for a little while because my aunt lived up there. And it never happened when I was a kid. But and it didn't happen when I slept off either, or if I slept on the couch. But in that bedroom, absolutely, it happened. It didn't matter if I had had a drink or not sober as a judge. It didn't matter. It was going to happen if I slept in that room. I want to see the Coca-Cola recipe. I went to the World of Coca-Cola. It's a neat place to go. They say it's in the vault, the recipe. Anyway, it is a cool place to go. If you ever get a chance to go visit the World of Coca-Cola, go do that. And then they got the Atlanta Aquarium. It's right by the World of Coca-Cola. And then I believe it's Centennial Park they have right there, because we made a day of it. We went and we hung out in Centennial Park, and then we went to the aquarium, and then we went to World of Coca-Cola. So we got to do all of that in one day. It was a lot of fun. But back to New Orleans. I do want to go to New Orleans, and I want to go to the cemeteries there. I also want to go out to California, and I want to see, the famous cemeteries and stuff there. But anyway, back to New Orleans. I want to see all of that, and I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to do, but I want to see like a real like voodoo person. Like, do they look normal? Do they But I don't want nothing put on me. I don't want no hoopy-jooby. Nope. Nope. You ain't putting it on me. But I still want to see it. Like, don't y'all think that would be cool just to see like a real voodoo person? Yeah. Or is that too far? Is that too far? Hold on. I got picked up and thrown against my car hard in a haunted nursing home. Oh, hell no. And see, I believe that. I believe there is something more beyond us. I just do. Excuse me. I'd get me a voodoo doll of myself and give myself a back rub. Oh, you know what? I ain't never thought of that. I wonder if you could get like a real voodoo doll of yourself and do good things to it. I know what y'all thinking. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about the back rub too. I just wonder if you can do the good thing. Hey. What up, Pesci? Good to see you. Good to see you, Pesci. Thanks for checking in on me when I was out of commission for a bit. One of my friends had Nightmare on Elm Street, like sleep paralysis, like someone was out to get him. I believe that too, cause now this was just a dream, but I had the dream where Freddy comes after me and tries to kill me in my sleep. Now, to be fair, I had just watched one of the Friday Nightmare on Elm Streets, and I went to sleep, and he was coming after me in my dream. I woke up. Now, keep in mind, I'm probably, I don't know, 11 or 12. My mom had a waterbed, and I didn't have mine at the time. Had I had mine at the time, I probably would have honestly died in my sleep, but from a heart attack. But I ran into her room and got on the waterbed, and I was crying, and I went back to sleep, and I kept feeling like I was being moved, but I was sleeping. But there was something with that waterbed and the Freddy Krueger, and yeah, it scared me. I went running. I jumped in bed with my mom. I was probably 12. It scared the pee out of me. One time when I was a kid, we was watching Chainsaw Massacre, and right when they was on the bridge getting killed in the car, there was an accident right in front of our house. Oh, hell no. I need the soundboard. Oh, hell no. No. That would scare me. Well, I'll tell you something similar. I was at my old house in Georgia, and we were my husband was asleep in the chair in the living room, and I was in the middle bedroom on the computer. And all of a sudden, I feel something. I hear like a boom, and then my whole house shook. I'm thinking, oh my God, we're having an earthquake here, like BFE, And I went, I said, hey, wake up, something just happened. He's like, what, And anyway, I opened the door, and it's dark, it's nighttime. And there's a car upside down in my front yard. And all I can hear is, I'm thinking baby. And then I'm calling 911, walking out there, all you can see is faint taillights and just like dust everywhere. And I'm hearing this. I'll never forget that sound. And then I go out there, and the very first thing I see are baby diapers in my yard, Because, I mean, everything is scattered. And I'm like, oh my God, no, 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 no. There was not a baby in the car. She had left her baby at home. She got in a fight with her man. She had been drinking. She blew the stop sign, went through the yard, went up, somehow flipped over and landed in my yard. They had to get the jaws of life and all that to my front yard. But anyway, what I was hearing was her. And she made it, and she had a lot of these things going on, a lot of broken bones and a lot of recovery. But I will never forget that sound. That is one of the scariest, just ultimately crazy things that I have gone through in my life. But that sound, they could use that for scary movies. Not gonna lie. It was insane. But she did recover. Just so y'all know, but she had a long road to recovery to do it. But thank God the baby was not in the car. Oh, but that's what she sounded like. Somehow she was upside down, and somehow she ended up with one leg out of the back passenger side and one leg out of the front passenger side. So windows. I don't know how the hell that happened, but it did. Honestly, I think that's what saved her legs, not gonna lie, because everything else was broken. But anyway, that's what it was. And then she was making that sound. I thought it was a baby. Scared the shit out of me. But that's one of the scariest things I've ever been through. I have a good friend that has a voodoo doll that he actually got from a priestess in New Orleans that he once dated. Did it work though? That's the thing. Like, do they really? I do believe there are people that can do things and that people have gifts in there. And I do believe in the after. I do believe that there are spirits roaming around. I do believe in ghosts. I do believe but I also believe that people fake shit. And some people are really good at faking shit. And I don't want that. If y'all want to be fake, be fake. Just everybody, y'all do y'all. But I want to see some real shit. just but I don't want to I don't want to bring it to me. Like, I just I would love to have a small encounter just to validate what I'm thinking, that it's real. That's what I mean, It keeps the doll locked in a box with a cross on top of it. Oh, I like Annabelle. Some things you do gotta keep locked up. Yeah, I would love to go to the Ed and Lorraine Warren Museum. I would love to see some of their stuff. I know that they know. I don't think they don't own Annabelle, right? It's what's his face? I think that dude and another dude, I can't think of the dude's name. I'm sorry. That owns Annabelle right now, or he bought into Annabelle, and then him and another dude, and then somebody ended up dying when they were touring Annabelle. They were showing Annabelle around, and somebody ended up dying. Who is Reckless Ben? I've heard of that name. But anyway, yeah, like the streamer, we'll get Reckless Ben to visit you for an expose. I've heard of Reckless Ben. I'm gonna have to look that up. Good morning, Four Paws. How are ya? My dang nose keeps itching. Every time I get on stream, I don't know. I'm wondering if it's not something in this room, but I start clogging up. My nose starts itching and or running, but I'm good until I walk in here and I don't know what it is. I know the people that have Annabelle. What's that dude's name? He's a famous. Okay, that's sorry, y'all. I know I was trying not to do the googs this morning, but I've got to. Who? I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Be like Matt Rife. Matt Rife. So I know that he bought. Okay, so it says comedian Matt Rife and YouTuber Elton Castee are the legal guardians and caretakers of the real Annabelle doll. While they purchased Ed and Lorraine Warren's former home and occult museum in Monroe, Connecticut, the physical items remain legally owned by the Warren Family Trust. So I guess they bought the property and maybe they're, like it says, the guardians, but they didn't actually take like legal ownership of Annabelle and the other property. I don't know though. It says Matt Rife and Elton Castee bought the physical house and museum property. Matt clarified that they do not legally own Annabelle. Lorraine Warren made her family promise never to sell the doll. So Rife and Castee hold a formal guardianship and caretaker agreement for the collection spanning at least 5 years. Anyway, that's who I was thinking of was Matt Rife. It was like one of the funniest freaking comedians. He makes me laugh. So if y'all don't know who Matt Rife is, check him out. He's very funny. But he's one of those comedians that if you are easily offended, don't watch. Just don't watch. He is a equal opportunity harasser, talk about her. He doesn't care, gender, race, religion. He doesn't care. And so if you're easily offended, don't watch Matt Rife. But I think he is funny as hell. But anyway, that's who I was thinking of, Matt Rife. I don't know how we got on this subject. Because I could talk about these things. I could talk about them forever. Like I love Halloween. I love the scary things. I want to do all the scary things. Yeah. So, okay. Y'all, I may be late because to this, and I don't know, maybe y'all can tell me. But Iceman sent me a link to join his Discord. Is that something that's been happening? Is he doing things? I mean, does he have his own side server now and like doing the things? Because yeah, the other day it goes bring when I finally figured out how to turn my notifications back on Discord, because I shut them down when I went to when I went on vacation. I shut all notifications down, and then I couldn't figure out how to turn them back. Y'all can call me what boomer or whatever, but I couldn't. When I finally figured it out, anyway, a couple days later, he sends me a friend request, or not friend request, the link to join the Discord. So not just a friend request, it's a whole ass link. So I'm just wondering if, like, does he now have a side server? And like I'm saying, this may be old news because I don't really, I watch something every now and then. To try to catch up. I can't watch streams like that anymore. And I've been enjoying watching other things again, like Adventures with Purpose and the diving videos, and every Sunday I get up, so I get up very early, and I like to sit down on the couch for about an hour when I get up, and I like to look at shorts for about an hour. I'll just scroll through shorts. I do it every Sunday. And I'd gotten out of that. I'd gotten to where I didn't do that much anymore. Everything was focused on locale. And I had to pull myself away from it. And, I pop in, like yesterday morning as I was getting ready, I was watching Heroes with Pesh. And who was on there? See, y'all, the brain fog is bad. Anyway, Pesh was on there. And I was listening to Heroes as I was getting ready. Or Hero, rather. So, yeah. Iceman is a good dude. Yeah, he has a server now. So, is he still over there? Last I saw, he was doing something and there was a mirror behind him and he was butt naked. Because he was like this. But that would be like if I had a mirror behind me and it was looking at my back. He was butt naked and you could see you could tell. So is that so is he still over there, or is he's assembling people to fight Keem? Why? Is it part of the he's not in the LCU? Okay. Okay, so now he's the new one that's going to try to build things up and go. Okay. Well, I'm not part of that. Iceman, sorry. We didn't really get along when I was over there. What do you want from me? I'm not saying, all I know is what I've seen, what I've learned about him, just watching how he moves. It's just, he's absolutely not forming some anti-Keem thing. He's just a streamer. Okay. Well, all right then. So you basically blocked us for a while. I told you, Chubby, I couldn't get the notifications on. No, I had to, because I don't know how to separate one Discord from another, like getting notifications for one and not get them for the other. I don't know how to separate that. So I had joined Steak's server probably, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago-ish. But there were so many notifications that were coming in through that one server, and I couldn't figure out how to turn those off and leave these on, that I just had to leave the whole server. Every time I turned around, it was going ding, da, ding, da, blink, blink, blink. No, I can't. My brain can't handle it. So, yeah. So I had to shut them all down. Yeah, it does get annoying. And then you get involved in something, you're like, oh, damn it, I haven't checked Discord. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But if I can separate like this server and this, like, I don't want to hear this server, but I want to hear this server, the notifications, that thing. If I can figure that out, then I'll be in business. So if anybody knows how to do that, let me know. You may have to walk me through it like a child, but let me know. They used Iceman in his mental illness. But Iceman played his part. I just never really got into him. And honestly, when he would come on something, I would usually turn it He aggravates me. And I'm not saying that he may be a good person. He may be all of the things, but from what I've seen, it's just annoying. He annoyed me. Yeah. Hey, Binky. But I can't handle that over the top 555 in your ass. And then that look with the tongue, and it creeped me out. I couldn't. And it was not my thing. I just didn't care to watch that. Now, if he wants to be a serious streamer and get on and talk about things and, not us see his naked body, because half the time he is streaming, he has not a stitch of damn clothes on. Why? Why? What is the point? And why are you sitting on that bed, dude, like that? I hope you had a towel down between your ass crack and the damn, it looked like white linen. Think about that. I had to think about it. Now y'all can. I hope he had a towel down. That's all I'm going to say. And let's see. Good morning, Bilal. How are you? And he ain't that hot. Girl. No, for real, Brownie. Yeah. He's not that hot. I'm not gonna say that he's not an ugly dude by any means, but he annoys me. I can't. People have their own thing, I annoy people. My voice annoys people. Everything about me annoys somebody, I think. But then there's people that it doesn't annoy. So I guess it's the same thing. But if he sat down and actually did like a podcast where he sat, he talked, and, and offered maybe some good insight, some funny jokes here or there, maybe I'd tune in. Maybe it'd be different. I don't know. But I don't understand the nakedness. Like, okay, I'm all about feeling free and not having to wear clothes or whatever. If that's your thing, do you, boo. But he's always streaming with no clothes on. And now, unless that picture was doctored, because I didn't see the actual stream it was on. I heard what I think they said it was on Tech Protect stream. And Tech Protect came in here yesterday, and I was hitting the end button when I saw him. So, but I did see you, Tech. Like, why does he do that? Why does he get naked like that? Like, So then, which makes my mind go further, because that's just the way my brain works. And it makes me think, okay, this is how he gets off. This is how he gets aroused. He has no clothes on, and the thought of, he's in front of people. Like, I think he has maybe opposite voyeurism. Like, instead of him like looking through windows or peeping to see, what's happening over here, I think that he wants people to see him, but it be like a voyeuristic type thing. I bet you anything that's what it is. And that's what he gets off on. If I could shut the brain down, I would, y'all. I would tell it to go this direction. I can't control the direction it goes. So you just have to ride the ride. You just have to ride the ride with me. If I have to think of this shit, y'all have to hear it. Or y'all can, I'm sure there's something on. Yeah, Cash is on. Let's see. Heck, and it's winter here at the moment. He should have clothes on, and that's how much. Does he still? Is he still on the rugs though? Is he? Angie is fine. Angela's voice is great when she's got an. Thank you, Heck. Yeah. he's I don't know. I guess I'm giving it too much thought, too much time. But I meant to mention that yesterday that he had sent me a Discord link, but I didn't know that he was no longer in the LCU because they were still talking about him. Like, I literally popped into 3 shows yesterday. It was Hero, something else. I didn't stay long, and Pit. And I fell asleep watching Pit. And they were all talking about him. So, I don't know. I guess I just assumed he was still there. Somebody tell me, is Hatred still around? That's not the right name. Because I had heard some things about that Chillery and him, and I was just wondering what was happening. Like, did she file one of those protective order things, or did they finally figure out? Did he finally get it through his head that he's coming off very stalkerish, and and everybody kept talking about it. I mean, and I had lots of thoughts on that. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? He lost his roles over the weekend. Iceman or Hatred? And yes, she did. So she did file. Good morning, Angie in chat. Oh, late start for me. So glad to see y'all. Good morning, Fiber Arts. And I'm going to be reaching out to you, honey. So if y'all didn't know, Fiber Arts made me, I've got the campfire shawl, and she made me a bag. It's got like a Japanese, I forget what you call it, Fiber, but anyway, you run it through here and it's a one arm. I showed it on here. Anyway, it is my, I carry it everywhere. Just so you know, I'm in love with this thing. And I think I want to actually get you to make me a couple of more and me pay you for them. They are beautiful. They are so convenient. And I get so many compliments on my bag. Yes, Japanese knot bag. That I'm absolutely in love with it. I would love to see if I could pick a couple colors maybe, and nothing that you would have to do like right now. Like, you just whenever, but I'm going to reach out to you and see, if you have time, and of course, I'll pay for everything. But yeah, I'm in love with this bag, y'all. It is, and I am not much of a, I keep shaking this camera. I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't have to have like name brand a lot of things. You know what I mean? But I have always been a pocketbook and a shoe snob, I guess. I've got brand name pocketbooks out the yin yang purses, whatever y'all call them. And I've got brand name shoes. Everything else, I've just never been like that. But I'm not carrying any brand name pocketbooks right now because I'm carrying this Japanese knot handbag that I'm in love with. Absolutely in love with it. Okay, Fiber. But if not, if I need a different color, I will buy anything. I will buy it. Okay. So if you don't have the colors that I need, I will buy whatever it is that is needed to make me a couple more. I see them in my head. So, but yeah, send me what you got and we'll go from there. But I don't have to have it like right away. This is on your time. Okay. I was hoping I would see you, but yeah, I showed it on here. The bag is in the other room actually. But I can I can go get it if anybody wants to see it, y'all. I love it. But anyway, I might in a minute, but it's good to see you. I'm gonna jump back. Let's see. Thank you. Okay, so hatred. So of course, yeah, there was an age difference, and it looked like that she put something. I put a spell on you because you're mine. Hey, I put a spell on you. I think that came into play. Oh, yeah, cause he was y'all know that P word I don't like to say? Yeah, he was P whipped. Well, Fiber, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was I was wanting more of a Halloween themed bag, if that makes sense. Shut up, Fuzz. You know what P word. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say it. But he's P whipped. And we heard the story about the mom thing, and and I'm one of those that when you're watching a story and you're supposed to be on this person's side, you're really trying to find why. Of course, it goes back to the beginning of the show. Why did it happen? What's causing this? What in the brain is causing this and this and this? You know what I mean? So is he, and everything I say is alleged. I'm just throwing things out. None of what I'm saying about anyone, unless I say it's a fact, is a fact. So everything is alleged. So is he stalker-ish, allegedly? Is that how his brain works? Or did he just get really pee-whipped and, when she didn't want him or that rejection started coming, you know, it was like he couldn't take it. Because when you get some guys and females too, but they will put everything they have into you. Yeah, that is the only way I will say it, Fuzz. I am not saying that word unless it goes under janky TTS because, and I tried to figure out how to not say it even then, but that is the rules. If you're new here, I have reapplied for my monetization almost 60 days ago, and they told me I would have a response within 30. I have no response. So what we do is we play Janky TTS. There is a link pinned for Buy Me a Coffee. If you buy a coffee, 3, 5, 50, whatever, you get a little block where you can type stuff in. I have to read it no matter what it is, unless it's against TOS. That's how we play Janky TTS here. It's pinned. But let me know if you send one because it doesn't pop up. No A in it next time either, cheater. Hey, you pronounce it the way you pronounce it. Maybe that's how I say it. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just how I say. I know, Fiber. It's making me feel a certain way. It's like, I'm almost to the point where I'm thinking, my God, did somebody get in touch with somebody and just because I said I didn't want his help, did he do? And then I'm thinking, that's stupid. He wouldn't do that. But it's awfully weird that it just keeps sitting there. And I can't talk. I mean, and there's nobody I can call. I can't do. There's nothing I can do about it. So I've tagged Team YouTube. They've responded to me on X or Twitter or whatever. But, yeah, Chubby. No spamming. Take it out. Take it out. I'll take it out. Okay. Moving on. All right. Hatred. There are people that they find somebody's paying them attention because they don't get attention a lot. And she paid him attention and he didn't want to lose that. So he's now in a position, he's got to hold on to it at all cost. But the thing that gets me is that by doing that, you're pushing them away. Why can't people see the very thing you're doing is what's pushing them away and you're trying not? But they can't control it. They cannot control picking up that telephone and calling. I've seen it. I've lived it. It's like, don't call me. Or, you got somebody blocked. They find a way. And it's very scary if you're on the other end of that. It is. And because, we've all seen stories like if certain people don't get what they want, if I can't have you, nobody's going to have you type mentality. So it does get really scary. But here's the thing, why keep pushing it? And that's what was happening. And people wanted to say that I was sweeping for Billy. Y'all remember the Billy Clammy deal? Not to mention I was there, but I was sweeping for Billy. Okay. But where was these same people calling this shit out? Because it was on every show, pulling people up. Let's keep talking about, the more it's talked about, the crazier this dude's going to get because he can't stop thinking about it at this point. Where were those people that tried to say I was sweeping for Billy? Where were they at? Calling this shit out. Keem included. And I understand. Everything is content. I worked there. I get it. But at some point when it actually gets crazy like that, you're going to have to, it's not content. It is. But then, she says that she's scared and okay, tell your story and be done. Yeah, it's not fair that you were in a community and they're not at the time, and they're not kicking him out. So no, it's not fair that, you have to not be here because of that. But that's what happens when you're really scared. You pull yourself away completely. And yeah, you have to take consequences for somebody else's actions. So my question was, where were all these people that come for me during this? Because everyone that kept it going is just as guilty, in my opinion. Nobody's trying to help him. Come on. Who's trying to help? Who was trying to help hatred over there? And now I'm talking about solely with the Chillery stuff. That's it. Solely with that. Because I do think that people tried to help hatred. Okay. Goal. There's a goal. Angie needs a new chair. I don't know how we're going to get it, but Angie needs a new chair. I bought a new chair. So I'll go back to the story in a minute. there's a place up here and you bid on stuff. It's like stuff that, Amazon stuff and all that. Anyway, you can bid on it. And I bid on this chair. Got the box home, all the things. It didn't have arms. The arms were not in the box. So I tried to contact the company and I can't get anywhere. So I have a whole ass new chair and without this part, you can't hook the back piece to the chair. So it's basically useless. So yeah, I need a new chair. That's my goal. And it creaks and it rocks and it, yeah. I need a good chair. If I had a good streaming chair, I might would go live. This thing kills my back. If I had one, I might would go live and just shoot I might want to do one of those weekend streams where, sleep things. But the only thing is I don't have anything that actually goes ding ding, but we could figure that out. We could definitely figure it out. Because I could get like a mod or somebody who's dedicated to stay up with me, and then they call me or something, make my phone ring. So we could figure it out. Maybe I'll do a weekend stream for a chair. We'll work for a chair. Well, the arms from no, they won't fit. I tried that. I tried to figure every way to do it, and it just there was no way to figure it out. And you can't take it back because it's one of those, you bid on it, that's it. The only thing is it said new, because I don't build unless I can physically see that it's okay. I won't bid on the as is. I will only bid on new stuff. And this was under new. It wasn't as is, but anyway, it's in the garage. It's just there. It was so nice too. It was a nice chair. If you use OBS, you can always use Stream Element. I can't use the that's why I have to do janky TTS. I can't use Stream Elements or Streamlabs because they're both wanting to connect to. This is not the main channel of mine. This is the second channel, and they're both linked. And it keeps wanting to go to the original channel as opposed to this one. And I cannot figure out for the life of me how to fix that. That's why I can't have the that's why I can't have the TTS. And I even looked it up, and one of them is not even compatible with something that I use. And then ChatGPT, nothing can tell me how to fix it, not going to that one, but not going to this one, but going to that channel. Yeah, it was the whole thing. So, yeah, I don't even know if I could, even if I get monetized, it's still something that doesn't work for me because it tries to link up to the other channel. I wish AMAC was here to help me troll you with the P word. No. Ooh. Okay, so really quick, where are we with the hatred thing? So he lost his host role, or he lost his roles. Is Chillery still around over there? Or did she leave? Is she still in the Discord over there? I don't know. My thing is that if you're scaring me enough to where I have to get like a TPO or something against you, an RO, whatever, I'm gonna back away from the situation completely. I may stay around, kind of friends close, enemies closer type thing, to keep my eye on things. But I don't think I would be as involved. So, do we think that a TPO was necessary? Do we think this? I mean, I haven't heard everything, so I don't know. I mean, blocking, I don't know. I think that, I think I don't know maybe enough about it to really talk about it, but I just know that if I'm not going to keep engaging if I'm scared. Yes, I may stay around to keep my eye on things if I'm really scared, but that's not, and I'm not speaking for anybody. I can't say how she feels. I can't say how she handles things. You know, people do what they do. I'm just wondering, you know, and then you've got all of these people, and especially like the Keemstars and everything, if they're pushing things or they're making you feel like you should do this or this, you know, you may be inclined to do things like that because, you know, well, Keemstar said it. You know, I don't know. Maybe I need to actually look into it a little more before I speak anymore on it. Good morning, Sean. How are you? Hey, Lori. It was odd how she was acting on the shows, joking around. That hatred is fucking creepy. And that's kind of how I feel, Lori. It was like I would see her and she would be doing things, you know, joking around. And, you know, of course she had the limelight on her for a minute. You know what I mean? And then, but yeah, on the other hand, he is a little creepy. And he gets on my last ass nerve with that shit about, he thinks he's the only one that should let me speak. Let me speak. Bitch, you don't shut up. That's all he did was speak. Shut the entire fuck up, dude. Or if you're going to continue to talk, at least learn to talk in a sexy voice or something if you're going to make everybody have to hear you. Like, do something. But it was always, let me talk, let me speak, and interrupting people. God, dog, I can't stand that. I will turn a channel if I have to just constantly hear. If you're supposed to have two people on there, if I constantly have to hear one and the other one tries to talk. And now I understand because I had to learn it too. When you're trying to learn how to deal with a co-host, okay, yeah, you will see the interruptions there. But that what he does is he thinks that he should be the only one allowed to speak. Let me talk, or just interrupt you. That was the first thing I couldn't stand about him, you know, or, you know, feel how you want to feel about Turbo or whatever, but Turbo would be talking, you know, explaining something, and then he would do it hatred comes in and it's like, blah, 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 right over Turbo or anybody else that's on screen with him. And it was like, and I guess some people find that funny. I just didn't. He was one of those that went into the Iceman for me. He just went into that file. Like, I'm good, dude. I'm good. There are a few hosts who miss the listen, then speak lesson and can, oh my God. Yeah, there are. He was, now granted, I try to give people grace because I went through it too. When you're trying to learn how to stream with a co-host, and sometimes there's a delay, you start having to learn cues, like, and with that delay, that's hard too, but you have to, because you can see them on like the back end as opposed to the YouTube side. So you try to pick up on certain things. You know, they're fixing to speak. They take in a breath or something, or they, you know, I'll start throwing my hand. I just talk with my hands. But it took me a minute to try to learn that because I was a solo streamer for so long. But you can tell the difference when somebody's trying to, you know, just have a conversation. You got a solo, you know, you got a duo here and talking over. You can tell the difference between that and somebody that has to be speaking the entire time. And it would be okay, I guess, if it was one of those that could tell a story or could capture you and bring you in, or if they was that type of person who was speaking to you, then okay, maybe let's look at this, let's visit this. There's somebody like you, let's put you over here and maybe give an intern with, and let's say intern as it's supposed to be used, where you're learning something. But see, Hatred was not that person that brings you in and tells a good story and all of the things. He likes to talk really loud or yell, and you're absolutely getting nowhere. And I just don't. Where is the funny in that? Maybe I'm just old. Maybe that's what it is. He's just not entertaining to me. Nothing about him is entertaining. Now, is he entertaining to 20-year-olds? Maybe. I don't know. But the demographics watching the LCU are not a bunch of 20-year-olds. It's just, I mean, yeah, they're over there, but it's just not. If you pulled up their demographics, I bet most would be between 30 and 50. I bet they would. I love Breadstick. I do. I never had much interaction with him over there, but he is somebody that when he talks, you kind of, you're listening to the story and you're catching yourself, well, what happened next? He's very good at that. And I think if he really, practiced that more, he could be like a Keemstar. And I'm not talking about Keemstar's fame or infamy or whatever. What I'm talking about is that Keemstar is very good about telling a story. Y'all know I love to hear Keemstar tell a story. He's very good at it. He makes you see it. You picture it. He brings you in. And Breadstick has that ability too. So I think if he really worked on that and worked on his presence a little more, he would be right there with Keem as far as storytelling. So, yeah, he is genuine. I do like Breadstick. I do. Keem just said they need Big Murph back on live. Well, do y'all. Maybe, okay, here, I didn't watch a lot of live when she was on there. I don't know. Did she bring something good to live? Because I stopped watching live before I ever took my little vacation from streaming for a minute. I had not watched live in a while. Every once in a while, even now I'll pull something up because I like Copper. And I might listen to him, but when he starts yelling, I'll turn it right back off. I don't like Copper's yelling. I do like Copper, though. But I don't watch it, but I imagine it is all screaming now. And that's one thing. And I thought they were going to address that. I did. I don't know. I mean, did y'all watch live with Big Murph? I mean, just saying. Murph is the only one that I've ever seen that can tolerate Boogie's BS. It's because let me explain this too. Why won't they rotate people over there? Give them an opportunity. Maybe you'll see somebody that fits, that just nails it, that you never thought would. I don't know why they won't rotate that seat, at least for a little bit. Who knows? You might could put like a Breadstick or somebody there and just see if it would work. Pluck somebody is like, okay, this is the most random person I can throw over there. Let's see how it works. But you got to give them a little bit. You at least got to give them, at least a couple weeks, not 2 days and say, no, that ain't working. But that's how Keem's brain works. Cracked is unwatchable. So loud. Yeah. I like Denmark. I like Angel. I can't handle the loud when it just gets too loud either. But I don't know. Is that an age thing? I mean, the younger people enjoy watching the loudness because I don't. I can't deal with it. I got enough shit going on. I don't want to hear it loud. I think people who have real outside jobs know how to deal with people better. Yeah. And that's a good point, Lori. That's what I'm saying. Why not rotate that seat just to see? You may find a diamond in the rough. You may find that it was better to put, like, oh my God, this is great. But no, they take a few people here and they build them up over in that seat to overinflate their egos, basically, making them think that they absolutely deserve that chair, that is their place, that, and then, you got people that have been in the LCU forever and don't get shit. Well, I would think it would be okay not to pay for that seat while it's being tested, maybe, or throw them a bone or something. Here's 1,000. Nobody's gonna miss it. You know what I mean? Just throw them something, but just to see if they would work. Because, like I said, you may find, like, if you put a breadstick or, I don't know, just who's the most random person. I'm not sure I'm feeling female vibes over there. In which Keemstar yelled at me, and he absolutely yelled at me when I suggested rotating the seat. He's Keemstar, blah, 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 blah. You don't tell him that, So, but then he kind of did, he kind of put different people in the seat after I said it, but I got yelled at for it. Anyway, yeah, it all has to be his idea. So, oh yeah, they really did use sour power for so long, but he allowed it. He allowed it. He allowed himself to be used in that way and didn't speak up for himself or, you know, Murph was good about putting him in his place, but I had to unsubscribe to Live because Boogie just got too annoying to watch any longer. Here's another thing. Why are they using Phantom as the OBS runner when both the hosts run OBS? And he was also fired as an intern there. Make it make sense. So Phantom's running the OBS for Live when you've got Copper and Boogie up there that can both run OBS. Why? Yeah, Sour is nice. But Sour, he's a doormat and he will let them run all over him. But I have not been watching. Hopefully he has found his spine. You know what I mean? You got to have your spine, darling. You've got to find it back there somewhere. You got to speak up for yourself. And if you get yelled at, so be it. Don't fucking worry about it. I mean, you just have to speak up for yourself, for real. All right. So with the few more minutes that I have left, I do want to, there is some information coming out. Where is it at? About, Hayden Panettiere. So, the worst host are Fupa and Christine. But Foop is it over there, right? That's the boo thing over there. What I'm feeling is I'm feeling a lot of stuff starting to get trapped up again, and I feel Angela at some point is going to come out. But before she does, she needs to know what she's talking about. So Angie's going to have to do some research. But I'm starting to feel a certain way again. And yeah, it's going to come out. Let's see. Okay, so according to People magazine online, Hayden Panettiere suffered an apparent overdose, was unresponsive as advanced life support was administered before death. So what they are saying now, she was on a trip to South Carolina with her on-again, off-again boyfriend, and about 1:50 p.m. on Sunday, she became unresponsive. They called 911 and they tried everything, and she passed away. Now, as of this morning, now, of course, I don't think we have any toxicology reports back or anything, but it is allegedly being said by several outlets that it was allegedly it was an apparent overdose. Now, to what? I don't know. According to dispatch audio obtained by People, officials were heard discussing an overdose and cardiac arrest around the time of Panettiere's death. The preliminary investigation has not indicated any signs of foul play or suspicious circumstances. A spokeswoman for the Greenville Police Department said in a statement obtained by People. So what I'm telling you now, this is coming from People online. So that's what I was reading this morning. So, first responders and emergency medical services arrived on scene and located a female in cardiac arrest. EMS personnel initiated advanced cardiac life support measures. However, resuscitation efforts were unsuccessful, and the individual was pronounced deceased at 2:32 p.m. So but they're saying that they obtained the recording and they're hearing the words overdose in the recording. So that's where that is coming from. But she's been very public about her drinking. The doctor told her that if she did not stop drinking, she would be dead within 5 years. She had mentioned, now I have not read her book, but I have seen her mention something about happy pills. That was her words, not mine. And she has talked about opiates. So I'm just wondering, I mean, it's all going to come out. And, you know, you don't get no shame from me, honey. No shame. I understand. You know, I just hope that when people realize that they have a problem, you know, that they seek help, you know, but they're only going to do it when they're ready to do it. Seemed like she was on maybe with this trip, maybe a little vacation. Oops, sorry. And I don't know. I'm still baffled by what was that guy's name in One Direction that fell off the balcony? That one still gets me too, because it's like, did he really fall off the balcony? Or was he pushed off the balcony? Because him and his girl was in an argument that day. And it's just questions, allegedly, opinions. I'm just throwing shit out there, you know, not stating anything as fact. Okay? Do your own research. Come to your own conclusions. I'm not factual in anything. I'm just over here talking shit. But it makes you think there's a lot of weird things that happen. And it just, when they're stars or they're famous people, we just hear about it more. But strange shit happens all the time to people. And I'm just wondering if they were like, popping some happy pill, hey, because with a lot of people, opiates will get you up and get you going. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to trigger anybody that's ever gone through that, but it's the truth. And I'm just wondering if they were on this like vacation where they both partaking in it, even though he knew of her issues that she's had. Obviously she has an addictive personality, so it's already the brain set up for it. I don't know. I could talk about this forever. It's so sad. Love her. I'm in Spartanburg. So this happened right up the road. Oh my God. Yep. They were saying, I don't know if that's where, I guess maybe that's where they were staying. It was an apartment. I'm sure it was luxury, whatever it was, but so I don't know if that's like the place they were staying or if they were visiting or if they were at a party there, but I do know that they were on a trip. He may even live there. I don't know, but I know that she didn't. She was visiting. It's just so sad. It's 7:30, y'all. Every day I say I'm going to shut that alarm off, and I never do. Let's see what y'all was talking about. And then Liam's girlfriend was not with him when he passed. Are we sure about that, Lori? Are we really sure she wasn't there? Somebody was there. I don't think he jumped. I'm sorry. I don't think he did. I'm one of those people. like I just don't think that happened that way. No. She was at home. Not that. There was another female that was there. I'm gonna have to go back and read. Yeah, because I don't want to say anything wrong. But I feel like when it first came out, they were saying that there was a female there, and they were they had an argument, and not the baby mama, the other one. I'm gonna have to look into it. Yeah, I'm not brushed up on my One Direction stuff right now. Liam, yeah. I'm not brushed up enough on it, but no, I'm not I'm not saying you're saying that. What I'm saying is that I don't think he jumped. I don't think he accidentally fell either. But that doesn't mean I'm right. You know what I mean? It just means I'm louder because I have a microphone, that's all. It's like we're actually having a conversation, but it just sounds like I'm being louder. I can't help but think of the Whitney Houston case when thinking of Hayden. The Whitney case blows my mind because her daughter, Bobby Christina, passed in the same weird way. Like, for it to even happen once, you have to have all the elements there. The bathtub, the right amount of substances, the whole being allotted the time to slip under the water or either it's just all of the elements have to meld together. And then for it to happen again to her daughter blows my mind. Blows it. And then Aaron Carter, that's another one that blew my mind because of the circumstances. I feel that there's more to it. Now I do believe now he was spiraling. He had already hit like rock bottom. He was going down fast, and then I think he was also doing some huffing. But I don't know. I do find that one weird too, though. Aaron Carter. Yeah, it was very sad. And there's circumstances there that, so yeah, the Bobby Christina one, the Aaron Carter, Liam's, but I find Bobby Christina and Aaron to be a little more. I'm just not buying what they're selling. I'm not. Now, Liam's case could probably, I could probably say, okay, I agree, I can move on. But Bobby Christina and Aaron Carter, it's just there's something else there. I'm sorry, there is. And it's not because I want something to be there. It's just I feel like that. How do you make it happen twice? How does it happen to your mother and then happen to you? Unless she planned it that way. Now, but even still, I got to go back and look. Did they both have water in their lungs? Did Bobby, Christina, and Whitney both have water? Did they drown? Or did they overdose and just pass away in the tub? Like, I'm going to have, we can, if y'all want to do a stream where we talk about this, we can find some cases and we can talk about them. I mean, you know, yeah, we can definitely do that. Because there's some that just don't sit right with me. And people just, they just let it go. They just let it be. They just let it lie. And I guess it's not really for us to say. I mean, the family's the one that has to live with it. They're the ones that have to grieve. They're the ones that have to put it to bed, so to speak. But I'm sorry, there's still questions on some of these that just don't add up, When they did an interview with Hayden on-off boyfriend, you could tell he was on something then. And the last two interviews with Hayden had questionable moments. I watched the last interview that Hayden had, and I thought the same thing. But I'm also thinking maybe, when she was starting out the book tour or so, anyway, she was doing something, but this was the last interview. And she seemed tired, like very sleep deprived is what I was getting from that. But I do agree, though. I haven't seen him, the boyfriend, in an interview. I would be interested in seeing that just to see how he act. But I did see her on her last interview with her book tour, and she seemed very tired. So, who would have thought Bobby Brown would out survive them, girl? Who you tell, right? I mean, who would have thought that Bobby Brown would be the sole survivor of that family? Like, it's my prerogative. Do what I want to do. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, let's see who's live. Do y'all want to do a little true crime celebrity little episode where we kind of do a little deep dive into some cases that don't make sense? Would y'all be interested in something like that? I'll do one. I just I don't want to really go back like solely true crime, but because it messes with your mind after a while. Even my son, he's like because if I look at the Life 360 and I feel like he's too close to a water water or something, I will text him until he responds or, or calls me or something, because I'm always thinking, okay, somebody's done jumped him. They done threw the phone in the water. And I've done this for years and it drives him nuts. So I had to back off from from true crime, because everything I saw, it was like, okay, that's what they're doing. Somebody's going to do that to my child. It got that bad. I still do it to this day. And I don't dive as deep into true crime as I did, but every situation that would happen on there, I would put it on him. Like, it's going to happen to him. I can't, he's going to be in a ditch somewhere. It drove me crazy. And of course I'm not going to put him, on screen on the mic, but I might cover his face but he would tell you that I was insane with it and that I'm still kind of that way. I'm like, well, it happens. I mean, this true crime for a reason. It happens. Just be aware. Just be aware of your surroundings. Just be aware of your friends even, because y'all know there's these cases where friends take a friend out and they've planned to do things to this friend. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It all goes through my crazy head. An occasional episode of that type would be very interesting. Okay. Well, I think we can probably do something like that. Not make it an all the time thing, but maybe group a few cases in, and maybe I can put it in the maybe I can do a community post and people can add cases to it. That way we can all look up the same people when we're talking about it. Maybe I'll do something like that. See if everybody will interact. That's what I like. I like when y'all interact and y'all don't agree with me. And I'm like, yeah, but I love that. Just remember, I'm never fussing at y'all. And it is completely okay to disagree with me. I'm just louder because I'm on a mic. That's it. But we're just talking, I agree. Mix it up. I was just going to say we could all research. Yeah. Okay. That's what I'll do. I will put up a community post, and I want to keep it celebrity unless it's like some big case that became really big because of the circumstances or something, I don't want to put out information about, just random people. Let's just use our judgment. We're going to use our adult judgment over here. Okay. That's what I will do though. I will, I'll put up a community post and we'll research them together, and then we'll have the stream and talk about it. I think that would be fun. Interesting. See everybody's take on certain things. So, all right, let me see who. I'll refresh it as you're there. And what is the name of this? Oh, no. I don't even know who to redirect to anymore. I thought Pirate was going live after me at some point. Let's see. Rest off goes at 6:30. I know I probably got numbers dropping at the moment. Okay. All right. You're going to Louisiana State, boys. Y'all know who's live. If y'all go anywhere. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a stream. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking with you guys. I didn't get into everything I was going to get into. I really do want to talk about the Lindsay Clancy trial a little bit. And I wanted to talk about Wonder Woman drinking. I really wanted to talk about that, but we'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm a little confused on it. So, yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. The way I'm feeling right now, I may stream every day this week. I felt good both mornings getting up. So, and now I've got something to look forward to as far as that other stream that we're going to do. We're going to all do it together. So Wonder Woman is out of fucking control. That's what I want to talk about. And I'll go ahead and set that up. We're not going to do that, interactive crime stream. We're not going to do that tomorrow because, of course, we all need time to look up the cases or whatever. But I'll go ahead and put that community post up so we can start putting some cases or people in the chat under the community post. And yeah, so wait for it and I'll get it up and then we'll talk about it in the community post. I think that's the best thing to do. And anybody join in if y'all want to talk about something, or if y'all think a case is weird. I'm trying to keep it celebrity, but if it's a big case that is just weird, throw it in there. We'll look it up. All right. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Is that how they do?